Hi guys, so welcome back to the next installment of our 60-second tip series. With the spread of COVID-19 and all the panic that's going on, a lot of people are housebound. As a result, I thought that I would take some time to come on here to discuss some things you can be doing with your dog while you are housebound. Now, it's important to remember that even most of the health authorities are saying, look, if you can't, you can still get outside, just limit your contact with people. As a matter of fact, outside brings its own benefits, and what better way to get outside and enjoy the outside than with your dog. However, if you are housebound, or maybe the kids are driving you crazy and the dog still needs to be walked, that kind of thing, here are some things to keep yourself and your dog occupied. So number one, engage in some physical activity inside for your dog and for you. So one of the things that I like bringing up in class all the time is putting a series of commands together to form an exercise, and I call it doggy push-ups and doggy burpees. So doggy push-ups are just down and up sit, down, up sit. Get your dog slamming himself into the down and then popping up into the up sit, down, up sit. And it looks like push-ups. For those of you who want to challenge yourself as well, your dog, get your dog doing it while you're doing it. So put yourself in a push-up position. When you say down, the dog drops down and you go down to the floor. When you say up sit, the dog pops up and you push yourself up into the up position. On a similar note, I also add in doggy burpees. So what doggy burpees are is just putting a number of commands together: sit, down, up, sit, stand. Sit, down, up, sit, stand. So the dog pops into a sit, down, up, sit, and then stand. It looks like a burpee. Again, on the same note as doggy push-ups, if you want to challenge yourself, get yourself doing the doggy burpees along with your dog. Once you get once you get simpatico with your dog, once you can coordinate that exercise between you and your dog, it becomes a lot of fun, and usually it results in the dog coming and jumping on you and having all kinds of fun that way. So doggy push-ups and doggy burpees, number one. Number two, hide and seek. So it's easy to explain the rules and the concept of hide and seek. Kids, not so easy for dogs. So we have to kind of show them what we want them to do. Start off hiding in a really simple, make it really obvious. Work on stay, sit, stay, or down, stay. Go hide somewhere, get your dog to find you. Gradually, the dog gets the concept in his head. This is what's going on, and gradually you can make your hiding place harder and harder. Eventually, you're going to be able to hide anywhere in the house, and the dog's going to stay wherever you put him to, and then come get you. Great exercise, engages the olfactory senses, and it also helps working on your sit and stays or your down and stays. And come, it's a fabulous game overall. On a similar note, hide the treasure. So basically what you're doing is, rather than hiding yourself, you're hiding a treat, you're hiding food. I used to do this with both my labs all the time, both Beauty and Morgan, and they loved it. At the end, I could hide the treat anywhere in the house. Morgan would spend 10-15 minutes going and looking for it if he knew that it was still there. Again, the most important thing is to start off easy so the dog gets the idea, and then progressively work to harder places for your dog to sniff it out. So that's number three. Number four, puzzle games are always fabulous for the dogs. Dogs tend to really like it, especially once you show them and they get the concept of what is expected of them. So puzzle games in particular, I like snuffle mats. Take a bunch of material, tie it in knots, put your food in the knots, and then the dog gets to rip it all apart. Dogs tend to really like this, but I mean, the same can be said with any puzzle game. Another one of my favorites is to take take a muffin tray, get a bunch of tennis balls, put a piece of food or a piece of treat in each one of the sections of the muffin tray, cover it with the ball. The dog takes the ball and gets the treat. Eventually, I'll start fading out some of the treats. So if the dog lifts the ball, there's no treat there. Eventually, the dog realizes that if they just sniff out the food, they'll be rewarded greatly for it. So yeah, puzzle toys and snuffle mats. Both of those, by the way, can be found online if you don't know what I'm talking about or if you want further information on it. The last one that I like is to play the shell game. Now, this one is a lot of fun. Basically, what you do, the shell game is something that's been around for hundreds of years. I mean, you get your 3 cups, put a ball in under one of the cups, move them around, and then the person has to pick where the ball is to. Well, rather than using a ball, you can use a ball with your dog, but you can also use treat or food. Do the same thing, and the dog has to sniff out which cup it's under. The dogs tend to get this one really, really quickly, and tend to really enjoy that game because it's immediate reward, or often it's immediate reward. You can start off with your hands, taking the treat, putting the treat in one hand, kind of moving it around, and then holding out the hands. The dog's got to sniff it. You can eventually move into 2 cups, 3 cups, 4 cups, 5 cups, 6 cups, however many you want, and the dogs tend to really, really enjoy it. Anyway, those are 5 things that I figured I'd jump on and tell you a bit about. Some of you may have heard about these before, others may not, but I hope this helps you out. For information on any of these activities, feel free to drop me a line. I hope everybody's staying safe and having a good experience with this overall, or as good as can be expected. Remember, guys, this is for the benefit of all, so obey the recommendations that are coming out from our public health authorities, and we will get through this. Hope to see you all in the future.